First thing first, jack up the car. I personally use the front and rear jacking points on the car and not the side ones because of a bad experience from the past. I smashed my door sills back then. Then support the car with jack stands. I used the subframe for that. You don't have to lift the whole car as I did, it's enough if you lift the side you will be working on. Now remove the wheel. You will need the lug nut socket and the impact gun or a breaker bar. You can loosen the lug nuts prior lifting the car if you don't have an impact gun or a helper. Get the wheel off and start removing the brake components. Let's start with the front brakes. But before, don't forget to open the brake fluid reservoir. Loosen the two brake caliper bolts. You will need the 40mm socket for that and the ratchet. If you are in a situation like me, when the bolts are rusty, you use a wire brush to clean them and the penetrating fluid to get them loose easier. Once they are off, you can remove the brake caliper. You may need to use a flathead screwdriver to push back the piston a little bit. Don't just let it hang by the brake line. Rather secure it to the spring of the shock absorber. That's what I used to do. Take out the old brake pads from the bracket. Again, use a screwdriver if they are stuck in place. After that, you can start to remove the caliper holding bracket. In order to do so, you will need to remove the two 17mm bolts holding it. So grab the ratchet and the 17mm hex socket and loosen them. You probably will need to use some penetrating fluid. Once they are off, remove the bracket. The last thing left is the rotor. You can do it the cave-in style and hit it with a hammer and remove it that way, or you can do it the more sophisticated way. Find a bolt that fits into the threaded hole and start to thread it in. You may need to use two of the bolts to distribute the force evenly. You should hear a popping sound and then you will know that the rotor is free, so you can take it off. Guys, if you found this little tutorial helpful so far, please hit that like button. That helps to spread this guide to people in similar need. Also, if you want to further support the channel, please feel free to give me super thanks or join my membership. Let's clean the components a little bit. Use a wire brush or a drill with attachment to clean the bracket, the brake pad sliders, the hub surface and the brake caliper. You want to clean everything the best you possibly can, especially the hub surface, because failing to do so can lead to premature failure of the brake rotors or shaking in the steering wheel when braking. You may also want to inspect the rubber seal around the brake piston and the inside of the sliding pins. Loop them if they need it or rebuild them. I skipped that part as they were fine. Push back the brake piston. You can use the classic brake piston rewind tool or the one I used in the video. Honestly, these are so convenient and don't break the bank. They are around 15 pounds or $15. Basically what is left to do is to mount everything back in reverse order. So grab the new rotor, fit it onto the hub, put back the caliper holding bracket, secure it with the two 70mm bolts, place the brake pads in it, slide the brake caliper around them and secure it with the two 40mm bolts. And lastly, put back the wheel and you are done with the front brake. Repeat the same procedure on the other side as well. Also, don't forget to put back the brake reservoir cap. There is one more step worth to mention, a thing called brake-in procedure. So for the first few 100 kilometers, you want to brake slowly and long distances. What I mean by that? Let me explain. The reason behind it is that you want the rotors and the pads to brake in evenly. To achieve it, you have to brake slowly rather suddenly and for longer distance or longer period of time to allow the rotors and the pads to make the contact the longest possible time, if that makes any sense. And again guys, if you found this little tutorial helpful so far, please hit that like button. That helps to spread this guide to people in similar need. Also, If you want to further support the channel, please feel free to give me super thanks or join my membership to make me possible to create more content like this. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye!